Today I'm with Steven. Steven, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Steven, I approached you. I asked you if you had ever heard of Lost in Phoenix, and I told you the purpose of my channel, prevention through awareness. 95% of the people that I interview are doing counterfeit fentanyl pills, blues. They're homeless, but that's not your situation. You are not using blues. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But you did mention that you recently got out of the state penitentiary. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How long was your stretch?
I had a stretch of 4 years and 4 months. So the age of 18 to about a little under 22 and a half was my little bid.
And what were you in there for? I
was convicted of arson. I ran with the wrong crowd at the wrong time. That being said, it was a rough time. Like the saying of "you are who you surround yourself with" is very, very true.
And you mentioned that because you told me that you weren't the one that actually did the arson, but because you were with that group, that's why you paid for it, right?
Correct. There's people that grow up with the don't tell stuff like that. Of course, that's kind of the code of the streets. But if you think about it, I put myself in that predicament. I decided to get involved with the wrong friends, and we all got caught up at I got caught up at the wrong time during their nuisance. So, yeah, I would like to, say that is a very, very big factor wherever you're at. You are who you surround yourself around. You got some successful people around, I assure you will be successful. You kind of want to get a different story for, same difference.
I've heard that if you hang out with 5 lawyers, you're going to be the 6th lawyer. Hang out with 5 felons, you're going to be the 6th felon.
I agree. As human beings, I feel we don't even maybe acknowledge it every day, but we do soak up knowledge. We learn every day, like our teachers used to tell us. And either we want to learn something or we don't want to learn something. We're always going to live with it. We're always going to remember. It's always going to stick with us. And I like that analogy. Lawyers and convicts, yeah, I believe that to the fullest.
Stephen, when I approached you, you seemed very apprehensive, very defensive. Like, what do I want from you? And is that when you're in the prison system, is that something that you learned how to defend yourself and take care of yourself in there?
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I went in at 18. I was about maybe this tall when I went in. My chest was sucked in. So, yeah, my whole survival of that episode was like, why does somebody want to stop me on the streets and try to offer help? Like that. I personally believe it would never happen to me. But the fact that it did, it caught me off guard. And yeah, maybe the attitude of survival, it's needed, but it doesn't need to be like, if you overindulge in something, it's always bad, So I didn't know what to expect, like you said, I'm not on nothing. I don't use nothing. I personally have nothing against somebody that does, but me personally, I'm against it. I've had friends that I've lost, and thank God they've coming back to it from the blues, what they call it, and he doesn't use it anymore. He's actually in the Army 2 years later, so he's doing good. And that being said, that's given me a very broad point of view of, drugs, and also not only that, but it's easy if you don't do drugs for someone that you like the sound of their voice, or they sound sweet like a siren. Oh, just get high, just take a drink, let's go have fun. And I did that at 18, and it changed my life forever. This neck tat, all these tats, they're not from the streets. They're from being in a different environment.
What are your plans now? You're out, you did your time, you paid your debt to society, sort of say. But now what? What do you hope to do?
Well, I like that question. Besides, helping myself and getting myself where I'd like to be in life, I would like to do something that you're doing right now. I would like to talk to the next crowd, or the next younger generation, about how serious life can really get. I didn't have people my age, or sad to say people older than me, to explain this. I kind of had to go on a whim and experience through self-experience, but I've learned through self-experience that's not always the case, you know. Like, I have siblings and they didn't go to jail or whatnot, or been extreme with crime as me, and they're doing just fine, you know. And I was just small-minded. I was ignorant in the head, you know. Nobody could tell me nothing. That's what got me where I was at that point. So there's a younger generation hearing this. I hope you you know, make the right decisions, you know. No pressure, but I promise you this. I don't even know who you are, but I would appreciate that you successed and do the best for yourself. I promise you the best. You would love yourself for giving yourself the best in life.
If you can go back to when you were 17, 18, before you got in trouble, what would you tell your young self, your 18-year-old self?
I would tell my younger self to don't focus so much on what society or social circles or what you think other people are going to think of you, because that's what drove me to my whole episode of wanting to be cool or hang out with the bad crowd and stuff. You know, that's not in my heart. But like I said, I got involved with the wrong people at the wrong time and kind of thrown in the melting pot. And I would tell my younger self, hey, look at the bigger picture. You know, you're gonna go out for the night. Okay, cool. You know, that's thinking about an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. But what happens after that, you know? Or how are you gonna think? How do you think you're gonna think after that? When the moment's over, when the bigger picture settles down and you know, all the fun's gone and you're by yourself and you got decisions to make, serious decisions, life-changing decisions. You know, I would tell my younger self to take those kinds of things seriously, you know, to realize it's a big world and there's multiple roads out here, you know. Just make sure you take the right one, because it's so easy just to walk on a road.
When you're 17, 18, you have no idea what any of that means, though, right? We're so immature at that age. We're still finding ourselves. We're still trying to satisfy the cool crowd or fit in, really find an identity, right? Who am I, right? Especially when you don't have a father or you don't have a family, cohesive unit at home that's raising you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we fall through the cracks and we make a decision that's going to alter our future. But you know what? Ultimately, Steven, I think you're a really good guy with a good heart and a good mind. You're gifted, as your tattoo says, right? That reminds you every day. I think you truly are gifted. And how are you going to share your gift with the world?
Well, I was a graffiti artist from Winslow, Arizona before I went and did my bid. And when I got into there, my art just evolved. It went from drawing for people to tattooing. So when I was about, I believe, 21, this was like a self-statement, like a promise, if you will, to me that I wouldn't go back. It's a what they call it out here, like a big investment, you know. Like, for me, it was a major promise, you know. Like, I will not go back. I got this because I will be a successful tattoo artist out here. I'm an artist with paper, and same with the tattoo gun machine. So
what's the next step? Do you go to tattoo shops and just say, hey, are you hiring, or how does that work?
So, you know, chasing that trade, it's a little difficult, but yeah, that's ultimately the goal. I try to draw every day. I try to build a portfolio, and I still try to keep, you know, even ideas that were even for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a minute, you know, I try to keep them and record them and build them in my portfolio, you know, because I want to show, when I got to show that portfolio, I want to show people not only what I can do, but where my mind is, where my mind roams, where my mind goes. You know, gives them a more directional path of if I'm wasting their time or if I'm serious about what I'm talking about.
You know what? I would love to see you be successful and use your talents that you have and become a tattoo artist at a local shop and just start building your life after that episode that you had, right, at such a young age. You've learned a lot.
Sir.
Now it's time to let the world know who you really are, right?
Hell yeah. Yes, sir.
What about your family? Are they proud of you?
Well, I mean, yes, they are proud of me because I didn't repeat the same pattern. I mean, statistically speaking, if you go to jail or whatever you want to call it, you're supposed to be back in within 6 months to a year. It's been about 3 to 4 years since I've been in there. So I'd like to say, yeah, my family's proud. I'm staying out of my old patterns. I've grown from my old self, but that's not to say I'm not stopping where I'm at. I'm still trying to climb the ladder of becoming a better person every day and passing knowledge along. That's what knowledge is for. We're not supposed to hold it forever. We're supposed to get what we get from it and pass it on with the best abilities to teach it.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. And Stephen, I'm gonna say thank you very much for having the courage to share your story. I want to stay in contact with you so that as you evolve your career and your life, maybe I can help you establish your YouTube channel, right?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. So you can share your story with young people and how you're being successful with your tattoo career. Want to do that?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Let's do that. So you have my card with my number.
Yes, sir.
And again, if you need help, you want somebody to talk to, please call me. Sometimes people need a mentor, somebody to reach out to and just have a conversation, and I'd be more than willing to talk to you and help you and just observe your growth, right? Because you seem to have a growth mindset. You want to improve, you want to get better every day. You don't want to go back to where you were, and I'm proud of you. Okay, I'm proud of you. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you, and I think God put you in my path. I was just going down the street. I wasn't even paying any mind, and you just stuck out to me. So let me go talk to that young man. I turned around and you were apprehensive, defensive, like who's this guy pulling up to me? Like, what do you want, basically, right? And so here we are having a great conversation, great dialogue, and 67,000 subscribers are gonna know who you are gonna cheer you on, support you, pray for your success, basically. Okay,
thank you.
So I'm proud of you. Your family should be proud of you. You should be proud of yourself, because your story is going to impact other young people. 17-year-old young Steven out there that's going to watch this and be like, man, maybe I need to do a better job of choosing my friends, right?
I hope so. I really hope this information just helps somebody.
Absolutely
awesome.
will. I think it will. Okay. So again, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Stay safe. I'm gonna go grab you some lunch. Lunch has been donated by my subscribers, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Thank you.